If you've already binged through Dandelion on Netflix and you're sitting there wondering, is Season 2 actually happening? Then stick around, because we're breaking down everything we know so far. What the show is about. So for anyone who needs a quick refresher, Dandelion is a supernatural comedy anime directed by Daisuke Mataga, based on a one-shot manga by Hideaki Sorachi, the same guy behind Gintama. The show follows the Dandelion Squad, a group of angels operating in the human world, tracking down lost spirits. Most of these spirits get sent back to the netherworld because they're carrying unresolved guilt from past lives. But Squad Captain Misaki Kurogane has a different philosophy. She believes in actually listening to the spirits, figuring out what they need for closure, and then giving it to them. It's a warmer, messier approach, and it gets the squad ranked dead last in the Angel Federation's send-off rankings. Season 1 recap and where we left off. By the end of Season 1, Misaki and her partner Tetsuo, who've been working under the orders of higher-ranking executive Misaki, uncover something huge. Masaki's own father, Daigoro, who also happens to be the head of the Angel Federation, has been secretly possessed by vengeful spirits. Tetsuo and the crew fight a decisive final battle, win, and secure the future of the send-off department. Daigoro's possession gets reversed, but here's the catch. The Angel Federation still has no permanent fix for driving out resentful spirits. That loose thread is clearly setting up something bigger. Season 2 release window. Now, Netflix has not officially greenlit Season 2 yet, but if it does get the go-ahead, the best-case scenario puts a release somewhere around 2027. Will Season 2 happen? The manga situation. Here's something really interesting about this show. Sorachi's original manga is only about 30 pages long, a single one-shot, and all of that gets adapted in just the first episode. Everything after that? It was written by Yosuke Suzuki, working closely with Sorachi and his editors. So Season 2 would be entirely original material, but given that the creative team already pulled that off once, there's no reason they can't do it again. Whether it happens really comes down to how fans respond to the adaptation. What Season 2 could explore plot details. So what could Season 2 actually look like? A few major threads are left wide open. First, the vengeful spirits problem isn't solved. We know these forces can amplify a person's worst emotions to the point of full possession. It's only a matter of time before that becomes a crisis again. Second, there's a rogue scientist who invented a device that literally separates the soul from the body. Misaki and Tetsuo catch him selling this equipment to a gangster, but because he's a living person, they can't punish him. He's still out there, still free, and potentially building something even more dangerous that could upend the entire world order. On a lighter note, by the season's end, the entire netherworld has adopted the Dandelion Squad's approach to handling earthbound souls. So Season 2 could deliver a whole lineup of weird, heartfelt episodic stories, which honestly sounds like exactly what fans of this show signed up for. Misaki's story arc. Then there's Misaki's personal arc, which has a lot of room to grow. About halfway through Season 1, we learn that Misaki is half angel, half human, and her very existence is only permitted as long as her mother, a fallen angel who found love on Earth, keeps that a secret and forgets everything. By the end of the season, Misaki tells her mother the truth and promises to protect their rekindled bond. With the Angel Federation now being more open to the Dandelion Squad's methods, Season 2 could give Misaki the chance to formally reconcile with her mother, Asako, and maybe even open doors for other hybrid beings like herself. There's also a question mark around whether Rie Kugamiya returns to voice Asako, given how layered and complicated Asako's role as a fallen angel actually is. Cast and voice actors returning. Speaking of cast, if Season 2 is greenlit, we'd almost certainly see the core trio back. That means Megumi Han returning as Misaki Kurogane, known for voicing Gon Freaks in Hunter x Hunter. Mamoru Miyano back as Tetsuo Tanba. You know him as Light Yagami from Death Note. Chikahiro Kobayashi reprising Misaki Kyoga, Legoshi from Beastars. Season 2 could also expand on Masaki's siblings, Yuichi and Shinji, with Kensho Ono and Yuki Ono likely returning to those roles. And after Daigoro's massive arc this season, Kazuhiko Inoue could come back in a bigger capacity. We'd also expect Tomokazu Sugita, Shinichiro Miki, Fumihiko Tachiki, and Susumu Chiba back as Tamesuke Naito, Free Asobi, Masked Man, and Steam Porked Man, respectively. And if you're a Gintama fan, pay attention. There's a very noticeable overlap between the casts of Gintama and Dandelion, and that's probably not a coincidence. If Season 2 leans into that even more, fans of both shows could be in for a real treat. Season 2 themes and direction. The Season 1 finale already resolved the show's central question: do spirits deserve closure? So Season 2 has room to go darker. Vengeful spirits as a genuine malevolent force, new major villains tied to those organizations, and the Dandelion Squad's philosophy of peaceful, natural send-offs, potentially becoming the only line of defense against a system built to breed conflict between the living, the dead, and everything in between. That's everything we know about Dandelion Season 2 so far. If Netflix gives it the green light, there is clearly a lot of story left to tell. Let us know in the comments. Do you want to see a Season 2? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.